Hello everyone, Darren here, and on today's episode of Watch the Academy, we're going to be looking at the 8th installment of the Map Awareness series. Now, I had this video kept back just for sake of I need more time, so that's what this is. But we are on Pilsen, I'm in the M48 Patton, and we are on standard battles, as you can see here. Now, a little bit of a heads up and a forewarning here, if you're not used to sudden changes, you might need to be a little cautious about this. I was talking to myself and talking in a party at the same time with some people who kind of do this weird habit of just quickly flashing in between sniper view and regular view, and for some, like, since this video was taken a while ago, I don't remember the exact conversation, but it was, it helps them just keep on target and while still maintaining vision or peripheral vision around them, awareness, situational awareness, essentially. I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out. But anyway, I go down the 890 line because this tank can be a ridgeline fighter. It's got the 9 degrees of gun depression. If I remember correctly, it's 9 degrees, or at the very lowest, 8 degrees. It's, again, I don't play this tank that often. And so I go down this route because I always tend to go down this route when I have gun depression, and mostly, this is my preferred route on Pilsen. I don't like fighting in urban environments. Right away, I get my ammo rack taken off. It was in this game also that I had large kits and premium consumables equipped because I was trying to actually, believe it or not, burn a hole in my wallet. So yeah, I lost my repair kit right away on this. So here I am trying to fight a 140. Honest to God, I was surprised that shot hit. I was not expecting to. I was kind of just expecting twice in a row. I was, at this point, I was like, my RNG's over with after this game. And you probably will see why here at the end of this game anyway. And so I'm trying to push up because I see some tanks on my flank. I made that mistake right there of pushing up, looking back at it. I made the mistake of pushing up to get some side shots because I did get punished for that. But at least the medium tank on my flank decided that, hey, he's pushing up, I'm going to push up too. And so he goes after the 140, manages to take out the 140, and now we have the 890 line completely secure, allowing me to safely sit back and farm. Albeit, as you just saw, it was not so safe. I did manage to lose a good chunk of my hit points, leaving me down to about a third of my hit points left. So I have to play a little bit more cautiously right now. Now, I did load heat, and I completely forgot, in the usual Darren fashion, that I had heat loaded. So a lot of these shots that I felt should have penned probably were not going to pen. As you can saw with the E75 right there, it did not. It got absorbed in the tracks. If I had standard rounds, it probably would have penned. That round penned. It was heat. It was lower plate. Almost flush on, but at an angle enough to allow it to pen. So I'm just going to keep shooting, and again, like I said, I forgot I had heat loaded, so I'm just going to keep shooting thinking I have APCR. That one bounced, and it's going to take a while for me before I realize, oh wait, I am literally wasting heat rounds. So just farming E75, trying to pin down this flank to give the people who in the middle, who may or may not have foolishly gone into the middle of the factory, some time to actually get at an angle here. The heavy tank right there in the factory is kind of doing a horrible corner fight job of just going straight perpendicular to the Object 705. Not really helping his situation out, but pretty much giving the 705 free damage. Still shooting my heat rounds here. For some reason, again, it took me so long to realize that I had my heat loaded, and by that time I had 8 rounds left. And so 8-9 rounds. It was so long looking back at this video. A couple weeks after I recorded it, I cannot believe how long I went without realizing that I was firing heat. I don't tend to look at my ammunition loadout too often. I subconsciously tend to dab the A button. I'm talking like Quickie Baby now. hit the A button and just switch rounds, because I got enough silver that I can just like a snap of the finger switch to heat rounds and it doesn't bother me. But again, beside the point, as you can see, it's pretty tight. It's a very, very close game. And I'm still hanging back in the strong suit of the 48 patent, at least in this area at least on this map. And that is the ridge lines, the hills, and doing that. Is this really a smart move thinking about it? I'll leave it to you to decide. At the time, I thought I was, because then that way I could try and protect the rear flank of my team down south. As you can see, at some point while I was talking about my position right here, I managed to realize that I had heat loaded and switched back to standard. I hold my shot here because I did not want to risk it getting absorbed by the towers right there in between me and the other 48 patent. So because I know that I can take a shot from him and he is effectively a one shot for me, I decided to push the 48 patent, thinking he's going to try to come around and flank me. I was a little hesitant, slowed up there, but now I'm starting to wonder, is he camping around this corner? Is he camping around the corner to my right? Is he circling around behind me? I was a little cautious of what's going on. I see that I did not proxy spot him, so I'm going to push around thinking he's going to flank around me. So I'm going to play this game of Ring Around the Rosie. I was not expecting him to literally be right there camping that corner. I just pushed right up on him and shot him. Seeing the situation we are in now, where it is a 3v5 with them having the advantage of heavy tanks, I was like, ooh, yeah, I better hit back that A key. Oh my goodness, I've been watching too much Quickie, baby. Hit the A button again, go back to my heat rounds. I was going to go back to a strong suit. At this point, I was kind of thinking for myself. I was like, ooh, Colabanum's medal again. So I was going to go back to the strong suit and fight a more defensive battle here, seeing that my teammates were one-shots each. I believe the Leopard 1 was a one-shot. That heavy tank down there in the middle, obviously a one-shot. So I was going to fight a defensive battle here and let them come to me. I was thinking pretty selfishly at the time, because again, you get that eye of, ooh, Colabanum's medal. I could maybe do this depending on the hit points of the team, the enemy team, and I let greed get a hold of me there, and I needlessly let a teammate get taken out. But when I think about it now, where he is at, he decided to stay in the factory there, which was not really a smart move on his part. So he was kind of asking for it. Now, I'm trying to stay here to protect the rear of the heavy tank there, because based on the position of the heavy tank in the middle factory, I am assuming that he is looking down the D line. He is expecting a tank to come down the D line. So I'm priding there to see if I can spot for him. 257 takes advantage of me not paying attention, even though he doesn't know I'm here, and rolls up behind the heavy tank and puts a shot into him to make up for it, or at least show, hey, I'm sorry, I will avenge you. I put a shot into the 257 with the heat round. It pens. I fire another heat round at initially the 705, but he backed out, and I just had a quick change of target, switch to the 257, and the heat round misses or bounces off the 257. At this point here, the enemy team knows where I'm at, so I'm going to move from the position here and just move over a little bit to see if I can spot the 430. So, yeah, by this time, I've kind of almost, for the most part, abandoned this zooming in and out thing, trying to see if that actually improved my game. I went somewhat back to my old play style. Realizing communication is almost a very needed at this point here, I start just communicating a little bit more. I do not remember exactly what I was responding with or anything along that lines, but as you can see here, it is now a 2v1 on both the north and south side of the map, and the Leopard 1 is not really a good brawler. 430U rushes there into the middle. I put a good shot in him, and the Leopard 1 picks up for my low roll and takes care of the 430U. Good job on the Leopard 1 there for covering my flank, and I try and take care of the one-shot machine, but again, because it was a rushed aimed shot, it missed completely, and if I was even lucky, it bounced off the turret. So at this point right now, we are just waiting around, trying to keep the advantage, trying to make them come to us, and I decided, you know what, forget this tower. I have an opportunity. I'm going to take the shot. It connects, as you saw. It connected, but it did not penetrate. And I believe I switched back to standard rounds at this point. And at that time, that round penetrated the side of the tank. It's a Conquer. It's not that good in terms of side armor. I bounce a shot off the Conquer, or bounce a shot from the Conquer, and I managed to roll back up and take care of the Conqueror there. That leaves a 2v2 situation. Realizing that the Leopard 1 was a one-shot, I push up to try and change the situation so it becomes a 2v1 on the Machine. Machine, sadly, takes care of the Leopard 1. Leopard 1 is a pretty flimsy tank. It is very flexible, but the armor is non-existent in the referencing, of course, the video I made on the Leopard 1. So I'm going to try, and at this point, because it's me versus 2, I start playing very, very cautiously. I know I could take care of the Machine. Sorry, the Machine. I forgot. I don't remember if it was a 705 or if it was a 257 that was still alive. It was one of the two, and it was the Machine or one of those two Russian heavies there. So I needed to play this very cautiously because I was assuming that I was expecting the worst case scenario of it being the 705 with a good chunk of hit points. So I was going to be playing it very, very cautiously. I go down this line. I'd go and check down the one line just in case. I had a hunch. I had like this little bit of hairs there that maybe the Machine might try and come down that way. I just wanted to check. Playing very cautiously, thinking that they might try and cap the base because they think that I'm like to try and bait me out. I camp near the base. Just to kind of get my bearings, think of a plan, what's going on. You can see that I'm locking the hull, locking the turret, using the little detector thing, mechanic spotting probe there at the end of the barrel. It's part of the game. It's not an attachment or anything, to try and see if I could peek around, spot. No, nothing. At this point, okay, I need to move. I need to try and bring the fight to them. But at the same time, they might be expecting me to bring... A lot of stuff was going through my mind at this point. So I was trying to take abnormal routes here. You can see I'm not... I'm in a mix of thinking smart or trying to think smart and making mistakes. I am destroying things. I am making noise. And when you're the only one alone, left, alive, that's not really a good idea. Knocking down trees, destroying buildings, anything like that that can make noise, never a good thing. That just gives away your position. And you can see I'm making that mistake. I made that mistake a couple times here. I knocked down trees. So I'm taking the back route. See, maybe the Machine, maybe they're camping around here. Yep, look, Machine was expecting me to come from the hills. He must have thought I was still up there, and so he was hull down, kind of sitting there in a position of where he could flex two different angles. He was not expecting me to come down the one line, so I take care of him. That leaves 3 heat rounds left now to just go take care of the 257 or the 705, whichever one was left alive. So I'm going to roll up. I spot the 257. Thankfully, it was a 257 with 2 shots. I managed to connect 1 shot there. That effectively means that I could take 1 shot of the 257. He fires at me, but bounces off my turret. He was aiming for my cupola, so that just pretty much means I was safely able to roll up and put a heat round into the 257, taking care of him and winning the game for my team. I had very, very sweaty palms during this game. But as you can see, the game was very good. I got the mastery badge. I don't already, again, for the second time. Top Gun. I would have loved to have the Call of Bantam's medal, and I won the game. But overall, that will be it for this video. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe. But until next time, this has been Darren of VIII Academy.